Hmm, is it working? Okay, hi guys, and welcome to Plague Inc. from Endemic Creations. I have a very good news today for everyone who has been wondering if they can get Plague Inc. on the PC. Finally, Bluestaks have updated it, and you can play Plague Inc. on PC. So it's a very good news for everyone who doesn't have an iPhone or smartphone or whatever, or for those who simply want to play it on the PC. So today I'm going to make a small let's play on it, and maybe I will do some more if it works out well. As you can see, I couldn't help myself. I already finished these 4 bacteria, virus, fungus and parasite on brutal. I don't have the full game, I haven't paid for it. And this also means that I cannot... wait a second, the name... Yep. This also means I cannot use the genetic code or to... I will... damn it. This also means that it will show some ads over here, but that's not very difficult, and I cannot fast forward the game. This is going to be a big problem, so I'm going to fast forward it manually, and after that I'm going to do a voiceover recording. For now, let's see, I usually choose Saudi Arabia or China to start, but now I'm going to try something different. I'm going to start in Central Europe. And for those who don't know yet, Plague Inc. is the game where where you have to develop a disease and wipe out the entire mankind. Yep, and this is pretty much it. Let me just fast forward it for you. Alright, here we go. As I mentioned before, this is a post-playing record session. Unfortunately, this is the only way I can possibly shorten the footage. Neural atrophy, cold resistance. I think I'm going to go for cold resistance. So yeah, I'm trying to not spoil it for you, and since increased understanding of diarrhea, so I can't buy diarrhea for now. Trying not to spoil it for you and talk like I'm playing. But yeah, this is unfortunately the only way I can, the only thing I can do to speed up the footage, because it took literally 1 hour to finish this game, and that's disconsidering the failed attempts. I'll talk about that later. And it would be literally too long to keep it like for 1 hour. It's a long waiting time until you infect the entire world. Airplanes use new sterilization air filters. That's bad. I'm just going to get air transmission, and airplanes are going to be infected again. Just like that. And that's pretty much it. I'm just putting my voice over this recording to keep it more pleasing, to say like that. Remember the first episode? Promise not to add. The news are very interesting in the first days. Afterwards they get repetitive, and then they don't get at all because the disease spreads. We currently have a Prion, and I already noticed that it's working very slow. I started in Central Europe, which is a rich country apparently, and a balanced climate, little bit... Oh, Festival of Love. How convenient, now it will spread. Look, bam, 55 infected. And yeah, medicine slowing down the infection. I keep getting points. You get a lot of points when you infect a lot of people at the same time. I'm getting drug resistance, it's going way too slow. And even with drug resistance, it's spreading quite slowly. The DNA bubbles are very useful. About that, that's the only sound you're going to lose. The problem is that when I tried to compress the footage, the sounds got unsynced and I couldn't keep them. So yeah, not much lost over there. Severe storms in the Middle East. It's interesting that these count as dead people, even though they die from the storm and not from the disease. It's true that natural disasters can help the disease to spread and kill those who aren't infected yet, but it shouldn't be considered, you shouldn't be put it at death over there. Or it is very difficult to make a game like to make it realistic. It would be way too difficult. And I'm taking up the speed over here. I'm making much faster so you don't have to wait. I waited a lot. And hopefully after I finish the game on brutal I won't have I have to devolve every symptom so I remain hidden. Hopefully after I finish the game I won't have to. Eugene spreads to Italy. A funny name I chose. I spread it through birds so it can pass borders and things like that. New Zealand center of magnetic shift. This is a very interesting phenomenon that happened which made New Zealand an important power. New Zealand is going to be a very difficult country to infect in this game, I'm telling it from now. Cold countries are getting colder. Well, bad news for global warming, I can say. But my disease is a little bit more adapted for cold environment. I mean, Central Europe is occasionally. I spread to Balkan states and to Ukraine, Poland. I'm starting a little bit to spread over here. France, it's picking up the pace. But yeah, you have to keep it hidden, devolve every symptom and buy transmissions and resistances, like heat resistance, I'm going to need that. Then drug resistance and even a little bit cold resistance. Insomnia, I'll have to devolve it. Also the special abilities, neural atrophy, should slow down the cure research. Well, I'm not very sure about that. Spread to Russia. Spread to Turkey, I think. Extra DNA points from the DNA bubble. If you watch carefully, you can notice I'm sure you notice the planes, but you can notice sometimes the red planes or the red boats as they carry infected towards other countries across seas and across London Olympics mystery. There are many achievements, there are many random events that can happen and you can get achievements from them, like the London Olympics or to get USA to nuke Russia or China, and some more on the zombie virus that I don't have yet. It says it on the ads on this game, it says that if you complete the game on brutal you'll get the special disease, you unlock them so you don't have to buy them. Hopefully that's true. And I'm very happy I can play this game on the PC so that I don't have to buy myself a smartphone. I've been desperate about this game. Here's heat resistance. Severe storms in Greenland. Greenland is very difficult to infect. And as you can see, it spreads in Korea. More infections than HIV. Sweden. Rash. Now it gets more and more expensive to devolve symptoms over time, which is kind of annoying that the longer you wait, the more you are forced to basically lose DNA in order to devolve them, and you have to choose from trying to go with it to keep them and trying to infect the world, or just waiting, just like that. Now it's a little bit slowed down, the cold countries and the warm countries and the rich countries, and spread to Brazil, to Kazakhstan, to China. Extra DNA bubbles. It's beginning to spread across the world, but you have to wait until it spreads to every human. Sometimes I spread across the globe, but I made my disease too lethal and it killed the infected guys in a country before they could spread it to the others. Now spread to Greenland and the United States and Iceland and UK. So it becomes global. And of course unnoticed. Canada went right over there. You can see how the planes, you can see the lines, draws lines as it spreads. Well, 300 infected. It's quite easy to get started to infect hundreds of people, even billions of people. But to kill everyone, it's extremely difficult. And even in real life, to make a plague to kill everyone, it's highly unrealistic. It should have a high level of birds migrations. How convenient. Need to have a disease who would have absolutely no symptoms for about 3 or 4 years. And that would spread to all possible ways, through animals, to blood, through air and through water. And after 3 or 4 years to suddenly have lethal symptoms and things like total organ failure and coma and necrosis and all those things, and suddenly everyone dies. Coughing, as you can see, I now have to pay to devolve them. Now 1 point, it will be 2 points and 3 points and 4 points. I don't know what's the limit, it just gets more expensive. Maybe 7 points, I think. It won't get more expensive than that. There are some special genetic codes modification, but since I don't have the full game I can't use them. Give you certain bonuses, like to spread or to pop DNA bubbles or extra points or more resistance, more transmission or things like that. Cheaper or... See, it spreads to South America. I think I'm infected. Madagascar is still holding, although now it's not the most difficult country to infect like it were in Pandemic 2. It's still a tough country, but Greenland and Iceland have their own merits. Not sure exactly which one from... I think Greenland is more difficult than Madagascar now. And it's more difficult from the fact that you can kill them before they infect the rest of the healthy ones. It becomes global. Asia and Europe are completely doomed. It's a good thing that Greenland got it. I got Greenland from the first days. Now spreads to Africa. I'm also stacking up DNA points. You are going to need them when you're going to buy the lethal symptoms. They are very expensive. Finally got to New Zealand. And waiting while listening to creepy music. Papua New Guinea, that's another difficult country to infect in my opinion. Or at least it was several times. I have a few billion infected now. And I'm going to develop heat resistance number 2, so now it's going to spread much easier in Africa and Australia, and as you can see, bam, 3 countries in a row. Have to keep devolving symptoms, it's very stressful. Madagascar went right over there. And currently I think only Morocco is not infected, but it's going to get it soon. And not much to say, I mean, the game is very quiet, it's made to think and plan your actions, plan your disease. You can also go full berserk and start getting symptoms and trying to kill everyone. I played after this nanovirus game, and I tried this tactic, and it was very close. I could say it was one of the most awesome fails. So I did eventually fail. They cured me, but it was very close. I killed 6 billion and a half, so almost all of them. Now I'm going to transmit them through blood, so the poor African countries can get more easily infected. Now all the countries are infected. Morocco eventually got it. It's spreading very difficult in the rich countries. As usual, it's always good to save and quit, both because you don't want your game to crash and lose all progress, but also if it happens to... I'm going to buy drug resistance. I have enough of these countries, and now it's spreading like crazy in them. Selling nausea. So yeah, it's important to save, because if you fail, you can get from the last save. You just close Bluestaks, and if you close Bluestaks entirely, it will lose the progress, and you can get from the last save. And I did fail several times, I have to say. It was very difficult. Don't look at me like that. I did eventually do it. Find a proper strategy. Look how many I'm infecting now. USA and Canada are doomed. Australia and Africa, they're all getting infected now. And still need to stack up a lot of points. Still not sure when to drop the hammer to start buying symptoms and killing them all. Occasionally it happens for the country to start a cure even without symptoms. Happened once when I played on my friend's phone. There was a riot in Algeria, and which forced the government to look up for a possible disease, which was mine, and like that. I think my phone got charged up. Symptom, and now I'm dropping the hammer. I'm getting coughing, sneezing, immune suppression, and total organ failure. Now the country starts searching for the cure. People start dying very fast. There are no more healthy people left in the world. I'm saving up to buy coma. Coma and total organ failure combined are extremely lethal. Cure is charging up like crazy. Have to be very careful with that. All the countries are completely focused on the cure. And you don't get too much points. I thought I'm going to get more points. Finally got coma. Now they're dying like crazy. France is the global cure, leading the global cure effort, sending planes around to keep the disease. Now I'm finally getting points because I'm killing like crazy. Sweden is is breaking down. I also got paralysis, which is harder to cure. The cure dropped down a little bit if you noticed. Still getting quite fast. Inflammation, make it more lethal. And this is going to be a close call. This will be a very close call. The cure is almost done. I'm going to get genetic reshuffle, and it's getting very close, 90%, and I get the genetic reshuffle. It blows it down, and now countries enter in anarchy. It's unfortunately gets too late from there. I also get genetic resilience now. It's gonna be more difficult for them to research it. Nuclear explosion in Spain. Things are getting hectic, everyone is dying, less than 1 billion people alive, cure slows down dramatically. I'm also getting paranoia, which is more difficult to cure. Now I'm also not getting points at all because they are not dying as many and they're not also infecting as many. Countries either disappear or enter in total anarchy and then disappear. There's no longer cure research. And what I can say, I'm not even bothering popping the cure bubbles anymore. It's basically worthless. They can't get the cure ready for now. With their best attempts. 20 million people alive. Less than 20 million. They had it coming towards them. What I can say. 10 million. And fever mutated. Make it a little bit more lethal on the last step. Make sure that everyone dies. It would be sad because even the one who made the disease would die. But it's interesting, are you the one who makes the disease or the disease itself? Because if you are the disease itself, you can't be aware of what humans do. You can't... It's really complicated. It's very complicated to make a absolutely realistic game on this idea. So yeah, less than 100,000 alive. They're all dying, the cure will never be completed. And yep, this is pretty much Plague Inc. I hope you enjoy it. And leave a like and a favorite and also comment if you want to see some more. I got 3 points, I don't know how it's possible to get 5 points. And yeah, see you next time, bye!